camera is kind of diagonal right now. I apologize for that. That's the best I can do, to be honest. It's really hard to place my phone then over here. Hi guys, welcome back to my Therian territory. You may call me Thorn, and in today's video I am building an outside den, and you guys can tag along with me and have a good time with me because the weather is finally nice and I'm very stoked about that. This video has of course been requested for a very long time because I have shown my den a couple of times within past couple of videos. However, that den has kind of decayed. It sort of started to break down because eventually that's what will happen when you have a den, because branches do not live forever. And so it was time for me to move on to a new one and actually build a new one, and I thought, hey, why not make a video of that? This will be a step-by-step tutorial on how to build your own outside den. So long as you have a closed-off area and so long as you have a bunch of branches and sticks laying around, it should be fine. However, I do of course recommend to just do it in the forest because, you know, that's closed off and there's a lot of sticks around, so. The very first step of building your own den is of course looking for a place to build your den. When it comes to building your own den outside, there's a lot more things that you have to keep into account. You have to be able to respect the area as well as respect nature in general. This means that you cannot just randomly start building a den very close to the den of an actual animal that lives there. For example, a hole in the ground that is inhabited by whatever animal, whether that be a fox or a badger or whatever. To really prevent your den from being broken down too fast, you will want to build the den away from the path, away from human interaction, etc. Be aware, however, that there are some parks and there are some areas within certain countries where straying off the paths is simply forbidden. So really keep that in mind. Don't just randomly start going off the path if you're not sure that you're able to. Furthermore, you will want to find a place where you can take shelter, whether that be because it already has something above your head or because you are able to build something there that is above your head. What I have chosen for now is this beautiful tree that happens to have a very open area at the bottom. So I was really able to place a couple of branches against the branches that were already existing, and the ceiling is already very closed off, so that's really wonderful. But with my previous den, for example, I used the arch of a fallen tree. That also very much worked because there were two branches that were arched pretty high up, and I was really just able to close it off by just placing branches on top of them, and that worked really well. The sun is shining. It's starting to light me up a little bit, but oh well. I do actually recommend to stay clear of actual caves, even though that may sound appealing, because usually when you are within such an area and you find a cave, it's already probably inhabited by something, whether that be a group of friends just hanging out there all the time, spraying graffiti, trashing a bunch of things, you know, those type of people. Or there may be a homeless person living there already, or it may even be inhabited by an animal. So just stay clear of caves, I'd say, unless you're like absolutely 100% sure that it's safe. Which, you know, chances are small. Luckily, there's pretty much no caves where I live, so I'm good. The next thing you'll want to do is gather a whole bunch of branches. As many as you can, really. Be sure to really just be on the lookout for any good branch that you see. Want to have branches of all shapes and sizes, so not just very big and strong ones, but also thinner ones that may have a lot more branches, that may cover up a lot more. Be sure to really just keep your eyes open because you may find things on places that you do not expect at all. Keep in mind that the branches that you want to find need to be strong and healthy. You do not want to find any branches that are easily broken, have a couple of insects invested into them, or are very moldy. Pile all of your materials up and then bring them to your location. Start off by clearing off the ground floor of your den. You will want to take away any branches or stones that you do not want to be there. And now it's time to place your branches in such a way that you will create a ceiling and a wall for your den. Work from the biggest branches to the smallest branches. You can use the biggest branches to create a structure for your den, and then fill that up with the smaller branches. In order to create a good base, you are allowed to use tools such as ropes. However, do be sure that the tools you use are biodegradable. For example, there are ropes that are made of plastic and there are ropes that are made of biodegradable materials. So you will want to use biodegradable rope. Once you've created your base structure, it is time to really see if you can fill up any gaps. Simply look around and see if there's any places where you think there's too much of a gap, and simply imagine where the branch would be best to go. So how I went about it is I closed off this area over here all the way to there. It's like half a circle, so to speak, because over there there's a path where people sometimes walk their dogs. It's not a very busy path, like I haven't seen anybody here at all today, so that's pretty good. However, I have seen people walking their dogs here before, so therefore I decided I wanted this part closed off so that the area over there would be open, and when I look out into the open area of my den, I see nothing but nature, so that's pretty nice. That really gives me the opportunity to really shelter from everything around me, basically, and just really enjoy nature to the fullest. So all of this is closed off, and then this area over here is pretty open. Like, there's still a whole bunch of things over here. I didn't place that there. That was always there, and I don't mind it being there because it does help close off the area a little bit. But then there's this really beautiful open space over here. This is like the entrance of my den, and it works out really well because the view is pretty nice. I still do have enough space to be able to look what's behind the branches that I placed down and stuff, so that's pretty lovely. It's still very functional. I might tweak this a little more in the future, but this is what the result is as of now. I'm mostly focused on this area over here, as well as that over there, but I also closed off a bit of over here. That's my stuff. I have this very big log laying around where I can sit down because I cannot really sit on the floor due to my knee complications. Yeah, it's pretty cozy to just sit down over here. It's really closed off, and I love it. But like I said, I might add more branches in the future. And it's also pretty water resistant to my knowledge. Like, there's barely any gaps, like it's mostly just leaves. So that's very lovely, and it makes it a lot darker too, so that's very cozy, and I'm very happy with it. I forgot that I still have to sort of take the ceiling down. So that's what I'm gonna do. Makes it a little more closed off. It's a lot better if I sit down now. Yeah, that's much better. That actually made me realize that I can use that to my advantage. I could take down that branch over there, for example, and pin it underneath the big branch that I placed down. So if I'm gonna do that, let's see if I can film it. Like that, then it should generally be a lot more closed off. Yeah, that works. Nice. Let's see if I can do more of that. I just did what I said, and it just makes it so much more closed off. That's absolutely perfect. That's crazy. Love that. It also makes my den a lot more green. So I'm glad that I took down a couple of branches a little bit. I didn't break them off, but I just kind of pinned them to other branches. That works really, really well. You know, that way you will kind of see that making a den is kind of trial and error. You have to just kind of figure things out for yourself a little bit. This video that I'm making right now is kind of like a small guide to get you started, but it doesn't mean that you have to do everything that I tell you to do. It's really just a matter of trying to figure things out for yourself. Just so you know, there's no good or bad way to make dens, so long as you have a space where you can just be yourself and have a good time. It should be fine. My den isn't the absolute example of what a den should look like. I actually have a couple of pictures of the dens of my pack members who have their own dens in their own territories. And as you can tell, they all look very different. How closed off or open you want it to be is also totally up to personal preference and everything. So anyway guys, if you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to like this video and also maybe comment down below if you have something to say. And please be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I may actually make more videos here in the future, to be honest. It's very, very cozy and very closed off, and I'm very happy about it. And I'll be seeing you guys in my Therian territory in the next video. Bye. A massive thanks to my Therian territory members Akira Wintermist, Basha Hex, Jaden Stimson, Krillgod, Kristen Rebase, Morgan, Shadow the Wolf, Jobo Gamer, Obsidian, Escapegoat, Maximus Quinn, Thomas, Foilo, and Waita. Join the Therian territory membership for early access, extra features and content, and more personal contact with me.